Hello and welcome to the third show of the evening. My name is John Klausner, and this is my friend
Jude.
Jude. Normally we are the Resistance with a third person, Cheryl. Cheryl is out protesting donuts tonight, so we will just be doing general improv games and fun. So, as it were. Sally, I noticed that you brought a large rabbit with you.
I did, Gary. I just believe that since it is Easter and it really is a pagan holiday celebrating, rabbits and spring and eggs and chicks and things like that, that we should celebrate with Fergus. You like Fergus? Isn't he
Fergus
cute?
is really cute, but what do you mean a pagan holiday?
Yeah, like Jesus was actually born in the summer, but they moved it to. Christians were just a brilliant marketing team, a brilliant marketing team. They said, okay, everybody here, all the pagans, are all celebrating basically the solstice, the winter solstice, the return of the sun. So we'll just go ahead and have Christmas then, so that while they're celebrating, we'll just tell them, hey, celebrate our guy while you're celebrating. Same with Easter. Isn't it cool? Really.
Marketing has always been such a confusion to me, I mean, some people just have a natural, skill at marketing, having 12 apostles. If I had 12 guys hanging around with me all the time, I think I would have accomplished a lot more.
Really, you would use them as your like gophers and your sycophantic, just what?
Sycophant's the key word there, isn't it? Think about it.
Right.
If you got 12 people hanging around you going, hey, Sally, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Hey, I'll repeat whatever you say. Geez, that feels very similar to our administration.
Gee, does, doesn't it? Isn't that something? You can always find somebody who wants to have some sycophants around them. That's the thing I hate about AI. Can I just say, I've tried them all, and they're all, I consider it patronizing. You see ChatGPT, you ask it something, you're like, it responds, you're so brilliant, sorry, Fergus, just a second. You're so brilliant, you're so smart, I can't believe you just asked that brilliant question. It is so irritating. Who wants a patronizing sycophant for an AI?
So you
Oh,
spend a
Fergus.
lot of time talking with AI, it sounds like.
Oh, I do. Could be a great friend. Well, Fergus is too. I'm,
Fergus is wonderful, and I love the way his nose twitches.
I know.
But
Isn't it cute?
don't let's not let go of this. You spend so much time talking to AI. Aren't you worried about your social world?
Oh, no. People are highly overrated. But then again, so is AI, right? I
My
mean,
my head is about to explode. What's people and AI are both overrated? Was one more overrated than the other? And
yeah, people are just downright irritating, but AI is so sycophantic that you just don't even want to be around it. So, I spend a lot of time in nature. Right, Fergus? Yes, I do. I caught this rabbit. It was eating all my carrots.
and you caught the rabbit,
Sure.
and to punish it.
No, no, no. See, here's all you do. Hey, Fergus, you want a little carrot? Yep, see? And then it comes right to you.
Oh my goodness! So Fergus
Animal.
lives in the house.
Sure, or outside. But animals are not the brightest bunch. They just respond to food. But then, of course, humans just respond to money. So it's kind of the same thing.
Oh my goodness! And what does AI respond to?
Nothing. They're just complete. Yeah, that's the reason.
That sounds like a plus for AI.
Are you saying you don't use AI?
I'm having trouble just using apps. I'm new to this. I look at this. I want to know what the weather is, and I'm not sure. And look, I turned it off.
Huh? You're
I
saying
turned
that. Why are you using an app for weather? Can't you just type it in and say, give me the weather?
type. Where do you type?
Oh, God. Okay, now this is what's holding up the resistance. If we really got into, you're having trouble typing on your phone?
Yeah, how do I type?
Ugh. Okay, I think we need big lessons in the resistance. You know what I'm saying? Big, like somebody important coming in and talking all about tech, you know?
But
Just tech stuff.
Sally, you've always been our tech director, so I had assumed that you took care of these things. I didn't
Well,
think it was important for me to know how to type on my phone.
you think it is important or it isn't?
I didn't think it was important for me.
What?
I have other, I'm more of an organizational person. I don't have to be the typing on the phone person.
Can't believe it, Gary. You're saying you're saying you don't think it's important to be able to use your phone?
Well, now, Sally, you're twisting my words as you do. And of course, it's important to be able to use my phone. I make phone calls. I can, I can make phone calls and know what time it is. I can tell what time it is and make phone calls. Now, what more do I need this for?
Well, I guess that's a step up from the rotary dial. So, Gary, I congratulations, you have stepped up from the rotary dial. You are now in the big world. Wait, let me ask you one other thing. Can you take a picture with it? A photograph?
Oh, my kids were showing me that one. Yes, 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 yes. I hit that thing, and then it's got a little dot there. Yeah, yeah. I can take pictures of it. It's pretty cool.
Mhm. That's very cool. You
Isn't that
now have
amazing?
$1,000 Polaroid camera. Well, it also works as a phone instead of your rotary phone. So that's good.
You, Sally, I just rotary phones get a bad rap. But think of the exercise. Think of the amount of exercise we got from doing a rotary phone. And you had to press the thing to hang it up, and you had to hold with one hand and dial with the other. I mean, that probably added months to our lives.
Wow. You're saying you added months to your lives just by doing the finger exercises?
No, no, I'm not saying I did. I'm saying we did as a culture. People, you gain dexterity, you gain strength, you gain, a little bit of cardio. I think
Oh,
Rotary kids, deserve more credit than they've received.
oh my God. You see, here in my house, wow, my rotary phone is long gone, but you still have one? Where you are?
Well, yeah, we just never saw the need to disconnect it.
Wow. Okay, give us a little exercise together. Rotary,
Hey, Rotary, hey,
rotary, rotary.
for real fun, put your finger in the zero and go all the way around. And then there's
Whoa.
that.
Ow, ow. Boy, I can see this kind of hurts you. You gotta work up to this. You can't just go off and start doing that exercise. Like you gotta really work.
No, 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 no. This is not for beginners. Dialing a rotary phone, you've got to know what you're doing.
That's
And
well,
but that's not to be confused with our grandparents' generation who had the crank phone.
right.
You
Now
know,
that gives you the big arm muscles here.
right? Those
Right?
people were in
That
shape.
they were totally in shape. Oh my God, we gotta practice that. That's really cool. And then you have to hold this up to you, so you got this arm is up too,
And
and
get
this arm,
close to the other one,
right?
right?
Oh
I,
my God, this could be. I mean, I think you could really build some biceps and triceps and what?
well, that was an era of the crank because they cranked their cars. Remember, they cranked their cars,
Right.
cranked their phones. Who knows?
Crank,
Who knows? I think their washing machines were all kind of cranked
crank.
operated.
Right, they were. And also the ringers, where you run it through the ringer and the ringer. What about the ice cream makers? That's all crank.
Right. Butter,
Wow.
butter.
Butter. Wow, this is really cool. You could really live a whole life if you had a big enough bicep.
And it should be notified as the crank era.
The
You
crank
know,
era.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
People, they just kind of sweep it away. Oh, it was the medieval times or whatever.
Wow. Well, no, not medieval. This is where you really, getting in some serious muscle
Oh,
power.
easy, easy. Festus is seeming to be a little. He seems like he's getting a little upset there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
You cranked his ear.
You did crank. Well, I got carried away on the crank stuff. Yeah, yeah.
It's totally understandable. I just I'm thinking of the bunny.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Don't, yes, we do. Yes, you little cutie. Yes, I know. I appreciate that a lot. Can I just ask you something?
Sure.
Cheryl isn't here. Martha isn't here.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We have quite a few of our members missing tonight,
I
and
know.
for I wanted to report back on just a few of the things going on. Last time I brought donuts, and Martha really didn't like that. Um,
I think you and I have to talk about Martha.
and what she likes.
Well, what she likes is smaller and smaller all the time. Who doesn't like donuts? I mean, we're busy fighting fascism. You know, I'm beginning to think fascists don't like donuts, so I'm a little worried.
Little worried. I was thinking we could move right into to bagels. They look like donuts. They're not sweet, but I think maybe we could, convince her that bagels are nice.
So you think it's the sugar element that it's
I think it's the deep frying and the sugar element that might be getting to her. So let's work on bagels. I brought just for our meeting today, and given that it's doing it at my house, I did bring several samples. It's too bad Martha isn't here, but
oh,
here,
those are lovely, Sally. Those are beautiful.
aren't they nice?
You made those?
I made these, and an everything bagel has a message to it. It's like it's got everything
I see the little messages written on the top.
on the sprinkle of the everything.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, I know.
You do amazing things with poppy seeds.
Thank you. I really feel like I'm part of the poppy seed era. Again, an era. Poppy seeds aren't used except in very unique things, but they were used 100 years ago. So I really think.
Was there a crank involved? Like how do maybe to get your poppy seeds, maybe you had to crank something to scrape them or something?
Definitely to grind them. If you
Yeah,
want ground poppy seeds,
grinding.
yeah, then you got to do it. Or the ground coffee or all that. That's all crank. It's all crank done. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? You think it'll pass?
I'm afraid to bite into it because the writing is so beautiful. I mean,
Oh,
not only is it in poppy seed, but it's in cursive too, which is, we know what a lost art that is.
cursive is such a lost art. You're right. That's why I did it that way. I wanted to impress Martha and you, but I figured she's really going to love this.
She should. I don't like to speak for somebody, but I'll speak for Martha. She should like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, do you think there's something else I should make too? No meat? No. No.
Well, no
No.
fruit. She doesn't like fruit. She doesn't like donuts.
I know. I know. Like a Cheerios. Like a Cheerios kind of thing. Any round little, they look like a donut, they look like a bagel, but they're Cheerios. We might be able to get away with Cheerios.
So just buy a box of those. I mean, I don't want you to go to trouble, baking up all these little circles.
No, no, I wouldn't want to bake them all. But look, I did get a box of them when I was at the store. Here, I'll pour them in a bowl for you. What do you think? You want some milk on it?
Well, wait a minute. You went to the store and bought Cheerios?
Oh,
Did you keep a receipt? No, I just want to make sure you kept a receipt for our committee. I,
oh,
I I don't want you to be, going out, extending yourself financially, Sally.
right. God, well,
You
it's
keep,
in with all the other groceries. Oh my God, it could be. I might be able to find the receipt, but it's going to include, like, the whole family's weeks of. Oh my.
oh, Sally, if you could, I mean, we don't want to take advantage of your good nature,
Oh,
of which you have gallons. You have gallons of good nature, but
thank, thank you. I see your point. I see I've kind of messed up our whole. What will our bookkeeper say? I think Martha's doing the bookkeeping. She's going to be so stressed.
well,
Oh,
that's an interesting. Let me make that point while you're catching my attention. Mrs. Larison down the street said she'll start doing our books because Martha's been doing the newsletter. She's been, she's going all which way. She's, and here she is protesting this weekend without us.
Yes.
And Mrs. Larson said she'd love to, she's trying to join. We're waiting to see if, because she doesn't live on Elm Street, whether she can join the Elm Street
Right.
resistance.
Going
But
to
she
the
said she'll do
alley.
our books in the meantime, and so I figured, it'd be a way to kind of, get your toe in the door.
That's great. She's going to do our booking thing. That's excellent. Well, I'll just give her this big long receipt if I can find it, and I'm
That's
sure
great. That's
she'll
great.
figure out the O's. Now, how about the milk? Does the milk have to be charged too? Some of the milk, so it would have to be proportional. Yes, this is going to be
I think you
difficult.
get a per diem on the milk. Get a
Per diem.
get a per diem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's a really good idea.
Right, right.
Well, Gary, can I ask, do you have other, ideas for food that we might bring? Do you have
For
thoughts?
Martha,
Well, and for all of us, I know food is such an important part of our lives.
you know me. I anything with peanut butter on it, and I can live with. I think peanut butter is the
Oh,
is the um the juice of life.
peanut butter cookies, you think?
Yeah, I mean peanut butter anything. Peanut butter cookies, peanut butter on toast, peanut butter on not on bananas because Martha anti bananas.
Anti-banana. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll bring in a bunch of peanut butter choices next time we meet. And
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Right. We should vote on that. We should get everybody here. When Martha's with us, we can vote on what we can put peanut butter on.
okay. That sounds really good. And I'm glad we have a plan for that because,
Sally, I've been so selfish here. I'm talking about my wants, my wants. What are your tastes as far as food goes?
oh, big bag of potato chips and I'm good. Barbecue.
With peanut butter?
Not for me, but I'm glad I don't mind what other people dip. I wouldn't mind a little bit of sour cream dip. That's always fun. If you want a dip, it can get a little bit messy, but I'm sort of vaguely
Wait,
remembering.
wait. Did you say messy? How can potato chips be messy?
Oh my God, all the goo on your fingers, and then if you dip it into the sour cream, it can get all wet. And
Oh my gosh, Sally, I never knew this about you. You're anti-licking fingers?
oh God, when you lick your finger, you're just picking up every piece of dust and dirt that your hands ever touched the whole
But,
day.
but it's got the taste of the potato chips on them. You can get quite a good flavor.
Wow, you like to lick the flavor of. But what about all the things that your hands touch? The doorknobs and the broom handle and
Well, the doorknobs don't have any potato chips on them, so I don't touch them that often.
but
And
when
I just figured that the potato chip coating will kill anything else.
oh, you have faith in the potato chip coating. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. You feel there's an antibiotic aspect to barbecue potato chips?
Oh my goodness. If that paper hasn't been written, I would like to write it. How could it not be? How could it not? Think
Oh,
of think of the feeling you get when you eat a barbecue potato chip. It feels like it could clean the world.
wow. You're telling me that you're eating barbecue potato chips just to clean out your system? It's as like an antimicrobial?
You know, when you put it like that, I can't disagree. Yes. Yes. I
Oh,
mean, I would think not that I would go this far, but I would not rule against rubbing barbecue potato chips on my skin, to kill the microbes.
oh my God. You're going to take a huge bag of barbecue potato chips, smash it into pieces, and then take all the little pieces and rub it on you?
I'm not saying that I will, but I would not rule it out either.
All right, here's a big bag of barbecue potato chips.
But
Let's see
well,
it.
what's Festus gonna eat?
I'll give you a carrot. He's running around now. I'll give him a carrot.
Okay, okay.
Ready for smashing? Yeah. Got good smashing? Got dust? Whoa. Oh my God, you're actually doing it. Oh my God, you're rubbing the. Oh my God.
What do you think? Better skin, huh? Kind of a glow?
Glow, you're orange. You've got an orange, you got orange tinged pieces of, oh my God, Gary, really? That's your face regimen? Well, I always did think your face was very clean. Oh, yeah, that's your face regimen. I
Yep.
had no idea.
Yep. Pretty good,
Wow.
huh?
Yeah.
All for a bag of barbecue potato chips.
Oh, man. Look at that. Now, see, you don't have, I guess, I never thought of it this way before, but you don't have to spend tons of money on all this fancy, got in your eyes?
Not my eyes.
Now you got chili powder in your
No.
eye.
Oh no, I can't rub
Oh,
them. Oh
oh
no.
God, here's a
Oh,
towel. Here's a
oh,
towel. Oh my God.
oh my goodness.
I don't know if this is such a good facial regimen.
Oh my good. Oh.
Seems dangerous.
Well, I think all this watering is really helpful for the skin too. You know, it like kind of washes off the
Whoa.
barbecue dust.
Oh,
Woo.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I guess we could start proselytizing a new skin regimen. Follow the resistance to brighter, better skin.
You have such a way with words.
What do you think?
Oh,
They're gonna like it.
you, wow. You don't even need the 12 apostles for marketing.
Thank you.
You just nail these things right out of your own head by yourself.
Wow. Thank you. That's really great.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can always leave the crumbs for Bunny here.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
God.
Oh, I inhaled some of that barbecue dust.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I think it's,
time for
yeah,
end of Easter, the end of Bunny time.
another end of Easter. Boy, when Easter ends, do you feel let down? Do you feel like,
Yes.
the
Yes.
energy goes? Or is that just the sugar high dropping?
Both, I think. And then when I realize I'm not going to be able to scarf any more chocolate Easter eggs, it's sort of like, well, what's the
Right,
point of it all?
right. You feel like you're going back to just being a regular chocolate freak tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, does Martha not like chocolate? Could I bring in some old chocolate eggs?
There's some lines that can't be crossed, Sally, okay?
You're right.
She doesn't like chocolate. Maybe we have to reconsider something.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
All right.
All right. I'll bring that in next week.
Anybody, I motion that this meeting is over.
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Good. Okay, that's the end of the resistance for tonight. Thank you, Xander. We appreciate your time and happy Easter, everybody. You still have a couple hours to consume chocolate.